I'm Jane, and I'm a Girls Inc. girl. What I love about Girls Inc. are the memories I have from attending as a child. I love the after-school programs I went to, the friends I've made, and now that my daughter gets to go to those same programs of gymnastics and after school, receive the same benefits of empowering girls to be strong, bold, and smart.
Hi, my name is Maxine and I'm a teen here at Girls Inc. I've been coming to Girls Inc. since the summer before I went into kindergarten. I love Girls Inc. because I get to make lots of new and close friends here, and I also get to learn how to work out like any issues or problems that may come up in a healthy way. I also love Girls Inc. because I learn about many new social issues that I didn't even know existed for women and teens in the U.S.
Hi, my name's Michaela. I'm a Girls Inc. girl, and I like Girls Inc. because there's fun activities.
Stage.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara's virtual celebration event. My name is Gwyn Lurie, and I'm your host for this evening. I had hoped to speak in March at the Girls Inc. Scholarship Luncheon before our world suddenly and dramatically changed, and we all had to change with it. We were going to talk about leadership at that event, and as you just saw, leadership can come with any age. This evening's event is dramatically different than we had originally envisioned, but these past months have proved many things to us, including that we are nothing if not resilient and adaptable. So instead of being together in person, we gather in front of our screens in our homes, and with that in mind, we are keeping this program to a short 30 minutes. At the same time, Girls Inc. is also hosting a virtual auction to which you will find the link right above my head, along with a donation button, which is in the same place. It is my pleasure to welcome you here tonight, and I hope that you will raise a glass with me to Girls Inc. and the girls and the teens who are served by this wonderful organization. And if you run out of wine, just let Barbara know. She'll come and refill your glass. Now, here's a short video to tell you a bit more about Girls Inc. and how it inspires girls to be smart, strong, and bold.
Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara, inspiring all girls to be strong, smart, bold. Last year alone, nearly 1,300 girls participating in our after-school and summer enrichment programs. A dedicated teen center, school outreach and support, recreational activities, and the competitive gymnastics program. We support our girls to achieve their full potential with no barriers, whether race, economic, social, or gender identity. This is Girls Inc.
The girls and the teens we serve every day show us their strength, their leadership, their abilities, and their resiliency. The girls learn about themselves and they teach us about their world and the priorities and the challenges of their generation.
Each kid is very different in her own way. Sometimes there have been occasions when the kids come in and they're very shy, they don't know anybody there. And a week or 2, 3 weeks later, they are fully incorporated and they feel happier, they feel safer, they really enjoy the program.
I really like that Girls Inc. Really supports feminism and girl power and encourages us that we can do anything we can dream.
For me personally, being around women and women who look like me, specifically like Latina women, I feel more comfortable and more safe. And coming to this place just made me have that safe space, and it made me feel comfortable in my own skin.
What I like about Girls Inc. is that it's a place where I can come and spread my joy here and be stronger, smarter, and bolder here. And it's also where I can get to learn about strong women who have succeeded.
I've learned about so many different things like chemistry and like science and art. So I would tell them that it's a place where you get to really learn about new things and do pretty much everything. And it shows you that women can do anything.
Like very closed off, and like when I'm not around people that I know and like can be myself around. So I like that at Girls Inc. people won't judge me for being weird or anything like that because it's just a very open community.
I can't stop talking about the staff because they're so amazing. Mariela, Brenda, Giselle, Ari, Kari, they're just like so amazing. And they help me a lot emotionally, going through like rough stuff in my family and all that. Yeah, they just help me a lot physically and mentally, and I just love them so much.
The Girls Inc. team, they're phenomenal. They are dedicated to making a lasting difference in the lives of girls and young women, to support girls to find and use their voices, to be healthy, to be physically strong, to be academically engaged.
Girls Inc. is helping me to become stronger, smarter, and bolder by educating me about new topics that I haven't known about before.
I think it's fun and I really like crafts. Mom and Dad still work, so you don't have to stay home watching TV all day. You can come to Girls Inc. and do all these fun activities, see your friends.
With issues going on at home, like I'm able to come here and just relax and forget all that problem for at least, even if it's 4 hours. But yeah, I'm really grateful and I love this place, so yeah.
We hold a vision of empowered girls in an equitable society, and I'm proud of that vision. I'm proud that we're relevant. Girls Inc. always leads with the girls, that girl right in front of us. We see her, and we know that with the right opportunities that she can do anything, that she can actually change the world.
Thank you for your support. Without you, we would not be able to do what we do for these girls.
Thank you so much for making Girls Inc. possible with your generous donation.
Thank you so much for donating. This is like so huge for us, and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
I would like to thank everyone out there supporting the girls in an all-girls space.
Thank you.
Thank you, Girls Inc.
Hello again. As I said earlier, my name is Gwyn Lurie, and I go by the pronouns she, her, hers, and of course, what's for dinner, Mom. I'm honored to have been asked to speak at this year's Girls Inc. annual celebration fundraising event, the virtual COVID version. We're all aware of the challenges facing nonprofits like Girls Inc. to get out their messages and to raise the funds desperately needed to do the work that is more vital than ever, given the challenges that we face. One of those challenges is the ever-expanding achievement gap that's been tragically widened by this pandemic. I'm so glad that Girls Inc. has managed to be open during this time and to incorporate their strong, smart, and bold leadership program with a safe, remote learning environment for students. The theme of tonight's events is Girls Take the Lead, which I have taken the liberty to tweak ever so slightly to say, girls take the lead if they dare. I suspect most of us are here because at some critical point in our lives, we've had someone in our corner, a mentor, a role model, someone who was willing to invest in us, to prop us up and root us on, and to be the champion of us. For many, Girls Inc. is exactly that. Over the last year, I've become more familiar with Girls Inc. and its mission and I've gained a great appreciation for the vital role it plays as the champion for so many girls. But at some point, even the teens who are fortunate enough to have Girls Inc. in their corner will leave that nurturing nest, and they'll go out into the world and they will be bombarded by a million reasons to not go for it, to not pursue that scholarship or that job or that award, to not run for that office or build that company, to not speak up, to not challenge the status quo, to not rock the boat. And there will be valid arguments for why hanging back might serve them. They will be reminded of the odds that are against them, and it will be true. The odds are too often against us. But that must not matter. All of the voices that will tell us it can't be done should be ignored. And I believe that this is why God gave us a middle finger. Shortly after I took over the Montecito Journal and became the CEO of the Montecito Journal Media Group, a journey that took almost 2 years and was hardly a beeline to success, a female friend of mine asked me a question that took me aback. What is it about the way you were raised that allows you to attempt things that so many women would not attempt? She asked me. It was a question I had never been asked, and to be honest, I even took a little umbrage because somewhere in that question, I heard the judgment, how do you pull these things off when you're not necessarily qualified to do them? What's your trick? Perhaps it was my own self-doubt that caused me to hear it that way, but I did find the question interesting. Maybe it was because I was raised by a mother who survived the Holocaust, who lost her mother and much of her family and childhood to the horrors of war and hate, and rose from the ashes of such unthinkable tragedy to emerge as a strong woman who was determined to raise children who believed in their own power, not only to help themselves, but to help the world. The truth is, I don't know where my audacity comes from, the audacity that allows me to take risks and attempt challenging things. But I do think that I attempt challenging things because I have the audacity to believe I can. Perhaps some of that comes from a naive place, maybe some ignorance, but couldn't we talk ourselves out of doing almost anything that's extremely challenging? After all, the odds of achieving anything challenging are not huge. And really, everything can't be done until it can. Consider the odds of some British upstarts taking up arms to challenge the King of England and creating what I believe is the greatest nation on earth. Not likely. Putting a human on the moon? A machine that flies across the Atlantic with a female pilot? Ridiculous. A woman would ever be able to be in a Grand Slam final post-pregnancy? Who would think that? Serena Williams did. Who thought a woman could ever win the popular vote for US presidency? Hillary Clinton did. Thomas Edison said, I know 60,000 ways not to make a light bulb. The fact is, we're not wowed by the slam dunk. We're wowed by the low percentage half-court shot. For something to be great, it must, by definition, be an outlier. And by being an outlier, the odds are, by definition, stacked against us. When I took over the Journal, our premier event was a candidates debate at Hahn Hall. My co-host and I decided we would use the sophisticated mechanism of a coin flip to determine which candidate would go first. So I stood on the stage and flipped a quarter high into the air and caught it, slapping it onto my wrist for the result. Weirdly, after the debate, the comment I heard most was, how did you stand on a stage in front of 350 people and flip a coin high into the air without dropping it? The truth is, it never occurred to me that I might drop it, but if it had, I quite possibly might have. We could spend our lives talking ourselves out of anything and everything, or we can choose to do something. My strong advice is do something. If for no other reason, then it's much more interesting than the alternative. Girls Inc. mission for girls to be strong, smart, and bold is so important. We live in such complicated times, and daily we're fed messages that being like everyone else is a good thing. To deviate is to risk not getting enough likes. Social media puts great pressure on girls and all of us to follow the crowd, to measure ourselves against the curated visions of other people's lives. A few years back, when my eldest daughter was in middle school, a time every woman remembers fondly, she found herself excluded by a friend group. She was devastated, and all I wanted was to make her feel better, to help her understand that before she knew it, this fleeting rejection would disappear in the rearview mirror of her life. At some point, my daughter just looked at me and said, "Mom, you really just don't understand." And she wasn't wrong. The landscape of my teen years looked very different from hers. So I looked at her and I spoke the only truth I could. "Honey," I said, "when I was a kid, I endured my share of rejection. There were plenty of people who didn't like me or didn't approve of me. The difference was you have social media to contend with and I didn't. So there was rejection. I just didn't know about it." My daughter survived that moment. I think she even grew from it. But that was in part because she had a strong support team in her corner. One of the most important pieces of Girls Inc.'s work is to provide that support team, which, as we all know, is vital. But role models and mentors come in many different forms. I've been lucky to have incredible role models and mentors in my life, but they've not always been obvious, and in some cases, they may not have even known they were in my life. I believe that we pick our role models and our mentors. They don't necessarily pick us. I think we sometimes have a fantasy that some omniscient teacher or boss will pluck us out of a crowd and recognize our greatness, but more often, we pick them out and make them our mentors, and sometimes they don't even know us. My mentors have been my parents, my sister, my brother, my husband, my friends, teachers, colleagues, bosses, even public figures I've admired from afar. Like Eleanor Roosevelt, for example. She wasn't even alive during my lifetime, but I quote her with regularity because she said something that for me has been so meaningful. "Do what's right in your heart," she said, "because you will be criticized either way." There's hardly a day that goes by that I don't think about those words. In fact, I thought about those words as I wrote this speech. I mostly find my mentorship in moments, in words and actions of people I meet along the way. I watch people, I take them in, sometimes I admire them from afar. My mentors and role models are very often women, but not always. They tend to be people who think about the world in interesting ways and are not locked into parroting other people's ideas and thoughts. I tend to seek out those who are brave and visionary and sometimes live on the margins. Those who pursue fairness and justice or any agenda that makes the world a better place. And I've always appreciated people who are kind. That's been very important to me. There is no replacement for surrounding oneself with people who believe in us and support our unique way of being. An important part of supplying Girls Inc. girls with the tools to succeed and to lead is also providing them with the understanding that leading doesn't always mean winning. That when we put ourselves out there as leaders, we ask people to buy into our vision. And sometimes they will, and sometimes they won't. But in order to lead, in order to win, we must be willing to lose. I don't know a single leader who has not lost, and perhaps the greatest ones have lost the most. Because with losing comes learning. The great captain has not sailed only smooth seas or gone with the current. She has, in fact, been through the eye of many storms. It is in those moments when we lay it on the line and we give something our all that win or lose, we understand the journey of being a true leader. And that is most possible when we are bolstered by people who believe in us. For all of the girls we are here today to support, Girls Inc. is in their corner. Girls Inc. surrounds these future risk takers, pathfinders, leaders with people who are in their corner and who want to see them succeed, who believe they can succeed. Girls Inc. arms Girls Inc. girls with the reasons to believe in themselves, with an understanding of the value of their uniqueness and with the absolute knowledge that they are limited only by the boundaries of their imagination. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for investing in our future.
Hi, my name is Stella and I am 7 years old. I just wanted to remind you there are 2 buttons above me. One is for the donations. Another one is for the auction. Thank you for being here and thank you for supporting Girls Inc.
My name is Alexandra and I've been coming to Girls Inc. since the summer before I went into kindergarten. I'm in 5th grade now and I'm 10 years old. I've been coming to Girls Inc. for 6 years. Girls Inc. has exposed me to different opportunities that I wouldn't have been able to have otherwise, like surfing and acting. Making a gift today means I get to keep coming to Girls Inc. and continue to be strong, smart, and bold.
I now have the great pleasure of introducing to you one of our community's most talented young artists. Sophia Schuster is Santa Barbara's 2018 winner of the Teen Star competition. She has been a contestant on American Idol and is currently attending high school at Interlochen School for the Performing Arts. I could not think of a more perfect example of a Girls Inc. kind of girl. So please enjoy this strong, smart, and bold woman, Sophia Schuster.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophia Schuster. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Santa Barbara, California, but I'm currently living in my dorm in Michigan because I'm at a performing arts boarding school called Interlochen and I'm studying singing and songwriting. I am so excited to be performing for you all tonight. I'm going to be singing a song called Mr. Right. I hope you all enjoy. Dear Mr. Hopelessly Devoted, sorry you might get demoted for a while. Dear Mr. Perfect, you're not worth it. I'm just looking for the one who makes me smile. 'Cause guess what, we're in high school now. I'm tired of being pushed around. I still fall for it every time. 'Cause I can't get you off my mind. You're my Mr. Right. Let's go tonight. Bonfire at the beach at 10. I don't think I can wait till then. 'Cause baby, it's our time. You're finally mine. Fall in love, I think I might. I hope I found my Mr. Right. I'm never changing who I am, 'cause real love does not pretend tonight. You're mine. If you're my Mr. Right, then show me why. Tell me I'm the only one, yeah. Go ahead, tell everyone. 'Cause baby, it's our time. You're finally mine. Fall in love, I think I might. I hope I found my Mr. Fall in love, I think I might. I hope I found my Mr. Right.
Hi, I'm Sue Pilkington, a new board member and a Girls Inc. parent. I wanted to thank you all for joining this virtual fundraising event today and encourage you to open your checkbooks and give generously during these times. Our family moved to the area in 2014, and at that time my daughter was starting TK in the Hope School District. I'd heard about the Girls Inc. program from other parents and looked into it immediately and actually had a tour at the Goleta Valley Center. We signed up and joined the waiting list, and after a few short months, a spot opened up for us and we were able to enjoy the programs. That was 2014. We've been a Girls Inc. family ever since. And as I sat down to talk with you today, my girl asked me what I was working on, and I told her. And she immediately started listing her favorite things about Girls Inc. First and foremost are the friends and facilitators who have become part of her network and a part of her life, but also the programs helping her find a way to focus her voice because she never had trouble finding it, but also learning about new things through art, through STEM programs, through STEAM programs, and really being able to try a variety of things, all in a supportive, safe, and collaborative environment. I'm here today as a board member and a mom asking for you to give generously to Girls Inc. Thank you so much for coming today, and we really appreciate your support. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Brenda Mendoza Alamo, and I am the Teen Programs Director. I have the great honor to share space with some of the most resilient, brave, and powerful teen leaders in our community. Here at Girls Inc., we ensure that our youth are supported in whatever challenges they encounter, whether it's helping them navigate through conflict, encouraging them to advocate for themselves, or guiding them through the college application process. Our programs allow youth and teens to take ownership of their lives and education by providing a safe and inclusive environment where they have the opportunity to try new things, ask questions, and not be afraid to make mistakes. Because of our space, I have seen youth step into their power, flourish, and share their true and authentic selves. I'm asking that you please make a donation to help us to continue to serve the teens and youth in our community. We are able to continue our support in their growth because of your generosity. Thank you for helping us provide a place where teens and youth feel safe, seen, and heard. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda, and hello. Thank you for tuning in. I am in the library at the Goleta Center. This is our first virtual event, and I hope you found it interesting to meet a few of the girls and teens and to hear from the parent of a Girls Inc. girl. I'm Barbara Ben-Horan, CEO of Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara. And it's been my pleasure to lead this organization for 5 years, and it is my honor to have a few minutes to speak with you. First, I want to thank you for your generous support of Girls Inc. throughout the year, and specifically your support of this event. Our goal for this celebration is to raise $120,000 to support fall programming. I know the donation line, the auction links, they're open, so it looks like we're reaching that goal. Thank you. So in mid-March, when schools closed to slow the spread of COVID, we closed our 2 centers and the gymnastics gym. This was a necessary action, but it was so rough on the girls, rough on their parents, our staff, and the budget. But by mid-April, we were up and running with virtual programming. Strong, smart, and bold classes were held on Zoom, including live weekly read-alouds by the librarians on Instagram Live and Facebook. We created 100 unique videos and offered close to 500 program hours on Zoom. You might not know we have our own YouTube channel, so I hope you'll check that out. I think that we live in an exceptional community, a community that cares about the well-being of the whole and has a very focused concern for children and young people. A number of donors made the virtual programming possible in the spring, and again, for that we were grateful. Then, in early July, we were up and running with in-person summer programming at our Goleta Center, where I am. What a thrill, really pure joy, actually, to have the girls with us again. We were able to run 3 two-week summer sessions. We served an amazing 185 girls and teens in summer enrichment program and gymnastics. And now it's fall. It's back to school time. And I'm sure you know that back to school is fraught with uncertainty as schools grapple with the best way to meet student needs. And parents struggle with reasons for and against sending their children back to school so that they can get back to work and once again earn an income. And we know that the impact of remote learning is and it has been uneven. So I'd like you to know and consider that only 60% of low-income students are consistently logging in for remote education. And here we're talking about the majority of girls and teens we serve. low income. Having them with us makes a big difference. We are serving girls and teens now, and actually the day just ended at 3 o'clock. Those enrolled with us for fall program come from low-income families. They may be foster children. Their family may be homeless. So with your help, we are able to support their school virtual learning, incorporate movement, meaning time away from that computer, and offer Girls Inc. strong, smart, and bold programming. So being there for the girls in this way is priceless. To get back to work, parents have left young children at home on their own or perhaps with an older sibling. And we recently enrolled sisters, one in the 4th grade, she is 9 years old, and the other 6th grade, she is 11. These sisters were referred to us through a collaborative effort between United Way, local funders, and the school districts. The other part of that equation is your support. All of you made it possible for the girls to be with us. And again, why is this important? Because just a week ago, that 11-year-old girl I mentioned was home with no adult watching over her younger sister so mom could go to work. This is the situation, again, for a majority of the girls we serve. Not having support for the remote learning, not being engaged with learning because a young child needs help to log on, to get into Zoom. Perhaps a family does not have a computer or internet or a hotspot to connect to school. And maybe that girl or teen does not have a meal during the day. This pandemic has revealed a number of inequities, and a learning deficit is one of them. Falling behind with their education can set a child back for years. It widens the achievement gap, and they lose out on opportunities. Being educated and having opportunities is life-changing. So Girls Inc. is helping to bridge the achievement gap and combine that with our strong, smart, and bold programming, and you've got a winning combination. Because of you, Girls Inc. is open to support the girls in our community. We are providing a safe learning environment during a tumultuous time. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And please stay with us for a few more minutes. I'd like you to see the list of event sponsors and donors to the event in other ways. And thank you again. Be well.
Because of you, I have a safe and fun place to go after school, and I thank you for that.
I love all the counselors, and they're here because of you.
Thank you for your support. I am now a strong and empowered teen.
Because of you, we get to keep our doors open and provide a safe space for the girls to get help with their remote learning. I love all the staff members here because they're like my family, and they're here because of you.
You can go on types of field trips, and one of the field trips you can go to is a water park, or the movie theaters, or the park, and all types of stuff like that. And it's all thanks to you.
We thank you all because we have a lot of fun here, and we couldn't do it without you and your money.
Thank you so much for donating. This is like so huge for us.
Thank you so much for making Girls Inc. possible with your generous donation.
Because of Girls Inc., there's more people to interact with, so I'm less socially awkward.
Because of you, our youth are able to stay safely connected with their friends and mentors during this time.
I want to give a big shout out to all the staff and volunteers who work so hard to support the girls, teens, and families in our community. And thank you to you as well for stopping by today and for all the support you provide to the organization. On behalf of the board and from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
As we all gather today, apart, but together in celebration of our girls and in your support of them, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all of the members of the Board of Directors of Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara. Thank you so much for your support.
So as the father of a Girls Inc. girl, I had the privilege of watching her go through the program for 6 years, all the after-school support that she got, the programs and activities that she got to do that she otherwise would not have had that opportunity. I'm so proud that I got to be involved in this project and help tell their story. I can say firsthand that Micah is stronger, smarter, and bolder because of Girls Inc.